7:33 in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, let's talk about something that's going to be launched tomorrow at Digicel IMAX at 1 Woodbrook Place. It's the launch of the Caribbean Women Honors and Empowerment Organization. They're going to have that launch tomorrow, as I mentioned. It's a networking event that includes cocktails from 6 p.m., a movie premiere at 7 p.m. I suppose it might be a jacket and tie affair, which might be, well, at least the place will have AC. They should have air conditioning, so you can get away with it. But the cost for the exercise, by the way, is $120, and we're joined now by Wendy Lewis, who is a protocol officer and district manager for CWHE, Caribbean Women's Honors Empowerment here in Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to you. Good to have you on the program. And I'm sure you'll be well aware of all the protocols that are involved in these jacket and tie issues that you've been hearing the discussion. We've been having off air. I wouldn't draw you into that discussion right now. Tell us what's going to be happening tomorrow.
Caribbean Women Honors and Empowerment, they're headquartered in Toronto, and they have districts throughout the region: Jamaica, Grenada, Haiti, and recently in St. Lucia. And they've just launched in Trinidad. So we have our meet and greet tomorrow evening at 6. The movie Girls Trip. It's just the perfect movie to launch a women's organization. Men are welcome as well. You don't have to wear a jacket and tie for zero. And it's the start of greater things to come, because what the organization is doing is honoring and empowering Caribbean women throughout the region, African women, Black women, empowering and guiding and steering, creating that paradigm shift that is necessary for us to excel as women in leadership.
And all of that sounds nice, but what does that mean? What does that translate into empowering women as you see it, as the organization sees it?
So going forward, we will be having initiatives. We have a breakfast seminar in September. We have workshops, we have mentorship. And what we're doing, we're going to have some focus groups so that we get the needs of women. Because sometimes people have needs and they're not being addressed because they don't have the intestinal fortitude to speak out. So we create these focus groups and these seminars and networking events so that we can hear what's going on the inside of women. And from that stage, then we will put things in place to address those needs.
And that was going to ask you, as far as it's one thing to put in those focus groups and get the information.
To address the needs at the end.
Then it comes to the implementation side of things. How do you get sometimes very traditional societies, even with all the talk about modern and so on, there are still some very traditional, backward sort of attitudes towards women and so on. How do you get governments, institutions to get that process moving of changing those attitudes?
To create the paradigm shift would not be easy, and it will be done on a case-by-case basis, because communities have issues, individuals have issues. So we would have to do it on a case-by-case basis, and we have to work together. We have to work together as a team, all hands on deck, and I think together we can make a difference.
And why are you part of this? What is, because there are many different organizations who do tremendous work, who are well-intentioned and so on.
That I am also a part of.
Exactly. and why have you decided to be part of this particular
initiative? I was headhunted. They contacted me via
LinkedIn. They came to you?
Yeah, they came to me and told me about the organization. They saw my profile on LinkedIn and some of the other things that I'm involved in, because I'm also a member of PLOT, Powerful Ladies of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm also a member of AFET, Association of Female Executives.
So how are you going to find the time for this with all the different organizations?
I'm good with multitasking.
Oh, unlike many men that I know.
You see what I mean?
No, so it's a fact. It's a stereotype that is often true.
And I have a good team behind me. So.
And with the group and the organization itself, is it about advocacy? Is it about a stronger voice on issues that are there in the background and not getting the attention that they should get?
We're not taking the activist route. We would really genuinely want to create a paradigm shift so that women can understand that they no longer have to be the back. They can be somebody. They can advance. They can excel. And in doing so, sometimes they excel and they're not empowered to remain on that platform. So that's one of the things that we really want to do, because we have a lot of educated, talented women in Trinidad and Tobago. And some of them need assistance and they're not getting it because they don't know where to go. They don't know how to go about certain things. We have talented women. I was looking at some photos from a young lady who is literally making jewelry and bags, and somebody in New York is taking it wholesale. So it's branded in New York, but she doesn't know how to market it in Trinidad. So stuff like that, young entrepreneurs, people who need assistance with education, scholarships, battered women, you name it. Whatever the issue is, we're going to find a way.
So apart from the turning up at the event tomorrow and seeing the movie and the cocktails and the dialogue and so on, are people going to get information?
Of course.
On the
yes,
organization?
We have 15 minutes, so we're going to be talking about the organization. We're giving out information. People are welcome to join as well. Join the mailing list or join the organization. Men are welcome.
So men can join?
Yes, so men can join.
So men can be part of the Caribbean Women's Honors and Empowerment.
Because to honor and empower women needs some testosterone.
They need some backbone as well, in many respects. And obviously, when you got the call and they came to you and said, we want you to be part of this organization, as a professional yourself, you would have done the research to see what it is you're signing up into. Are you satisfied that you said it has a presence in other parts of the Caribbean, that it's been able to make a difference?
Yes, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff that the Advancement Network is doing as well, and people, Jamaica, Grenada is profiting a lot from the organization. Women are coming out. The amount of women who are entrepreneurs now in Grenada has increased via the organization, so they are doing great things. They are.
And overall, still in Trinidad and Tobago, as with the Caribbean, as with many parts of the world, even many of the so-called first world nations of the world, women still find themselves with different challenges at the very basic level, at the professional level. We hear about the glass ceiling that still exists. Even the great BBC, it was a big scandal a couple of weeks ago when it actually came out that the women are being paid almost 50% less than men are being paid at the BBC, and it's caused massive embarrassment to that organization. It seems to suggest that for all of the work that has been done by women and others advocating the cause of women, that there's still quite a way to go.
I believe so, and I think one of the reasons for that is because there is a slight fear internally of speaking out, and when you speak out, you get victimized. But then you have to have that, not just discernment, but that drive and persuasion and knowing that you're aiming for something and you don't give up until you hit your target. And
in that persuasiveness, is there a risk of you said you don't want to go the activist route, but is there the risk of saying, well, look, maybe risk is not the correct term, but is there the possibility that you could become an activist because you say, look, you know, this thing can't go on like this for so long that my children or my children's children have to face the same issues that I had to face. It's time to step up and be an activist if you have to be.
I think so. If you have to be, you have to be. I agree. Because at the end of the day, you're aiming for something and you're going to the very end.
And well, before time runs out on us again, Ms. Lewis, just remind us again. So the event is happening tomorrow. From what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Tickets are priced at
$120.
$100. And where can people get tickets?
You get tickets on the day only, but you have to reserve your tickets.
Okay.
Because we've reserved
the area. Can you call in advance?
You can call in advance 329-3136, or you can email CWHETNT@gmail.com. We have a Facebook page, Caribbean Women Honors and Empowerment. You can inbox us there as well and reserve your tickets. They have very few left though, because we've had quite a good response.
And very quickly before we conclude, what's going to be happening afterwards based on
when you arrive at 6, you have cocktails, you'll get some information about the actual organization. We have the movie starting at 7, after which networking.
Okay. Wendy Lewis, thanks very much for joining us once again. So we're talking about the Caribbean Women's Honors and Empowerment, not for women only, for men as well. If you are certainly one of those who would like to advocate the cause of women and giving them greater opportunities in our space, Trinidad and Tobago, the wider Caribbean, or in fact to the world. 7:42 in Trinidad and Tobago. I think we finally sorted out our phone issues, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in on the issue that we identified at the start of the show when we come back after the break.